99 rally at the town hall there. We often hear about the difficulty parents have with international adoptions.
But there are thousands of children here in Indiana who need a loving home. In Indiana, last year, more than 3,100 kids were waiting to be adopted, but only 1,500 ended up with forever families.
Many adoption advocates believe that number would be much higher if Indiana offered the same assistance that 48 other states do. 6
News anchor Grace Trahan has been digging into that adoption assistance.
We're talking about a per diem, a little bit of money to help with daily expenses. Adoption experts say even a small amount could go a long way helping children find forever families. Many of these kids have special needs or circumstances, and we've learned Indiana has cut back on the support. Mary and Don Canoy recently adopted little Sammy along with a life of medical care.
She may not be physically perfect, but she is perfect. She's wonderful.
Sammy was born with CHARGE syndrome, a disorder that affects multiple organs. She's visually impaired, has a cochlear implant and brain atrophy. She was born with a cleft lip and palate. She's had 3 open heart surgeries, and at 2.5, she's on her 2nd pacemaker. But she's thriving beyond doctors' expectations.
God's given us a great blessing, and He has blessed us in many, many ways.
Medicaid helps pay the medical bills, and the Canoys admit they would not have been able to adopt Sammy without it. But the other expenses add up, and they'd welcome a state adoption subsidy.
It would be helpful if it was more, yes.
Indiana is one of just 2 states, along with New Hampshire, that does not offer a monthly per diem. That money buys food, clothes, diapers, and other everyday needs. State lawmakers estimate that kind of subsidy here would cost the state between $5 and $7 million a year, with each family getting no more than $7,000 a year. Individual counties used to provide the adoption subsidies, but as part of the property tax reform that lawmakers approved in 2008, the state took over the child welfare program, and officials then said they no longer had the money.
This was an important obligation and that we had to stand by these children.
State Senator John Broden was in the legislature when the subsidy went away, and since then he's been fighting to revive it.
But frankly, there's a moral obligation to this argument as well, that this is not where we should be trying to balance our state budget, not on the backs of abused and neglected children.
There's national data and there are national reports that underscore clearly that providing adoption subsidies and support for special needs adoption really saves states money.
Sharon Pierce runs The Villages, the state's largest nonprofit child and family services agency. She points to the research from the North American Council on Adoptable Children, showing that for 50,000 children adopted from foster care, the government saves about $3 to $6 billion a year when compared to having that child in foster care until age 18.
So what would you like to see happen?
You know, I'd love for all of us to make this a priority. It saves communities money, and it solidifies that adoptive relationship so that there are fewer adoptive placements that are at risk of disrupting because families feel so compromised.
And I'm so happy that I'm home.
After years in the foster care system, 8-year-old Dyrus is finally home. Deborah and Joel Summers adopted Dyrus and his 11-year-old brother Darius last year. Because the boys are older and African American, the deck was stacked against them. But Deborah believes finding the boys was always in the cards.
Initially, we wanted all little, you know. Everybody wants little, and babies are so appealing. And we just wanted to leave our hearts open to a good match.
In other states, adoption subsidies might have helped them be adopted sooner. Child advocates fear adoptions will drop dramatically as the economy continues to struggle and more families realize Indiana does not offer the subsidy that 48 other states do. And fewer children will find the love and stability of a permanent home and family. How is your world right now?
Good. My world is just fun.
And you feel safe?
Always behind my daddy. I love my daddy and my mommy so much.
Currently, Indiana has a waiting list for the monthly adoption subsidy, but there's no time limit on when or if it will be reinstated. The state does offer some help, Medicaid, and a one-time reimbursement for legal expenses. The Department of Child Services says this. They say people adopt children because they love them and want to provide a forever family. They also say Indiana is on track to have the 3rd highest number of adoptions on record. But adoptive parents are pushing for the monthly support with an online petition to get the issue back in front of the General Assembly. Grace Trahan, 6 News.
For more information on the petition or adoptions in general, go to the